Well, we're back at it with our good old buddies at Ubisoft. Yes, the gift that keeps on giving. Park Place reports after being trashed by gamers, Assassin's Creed Shadows lead producer Carl O doubles down on game's commitment to be quote-unquote authentic as possible. So this is hilarious because on July 23rd, they released their now infamous statement to the Japanese player base, which was like their non-apology of sorts. And on the second page, right in the middle, we have this paragraph where they said, "However, our intention has never been to present any of our Assassin's Creed games, including Assassin's Creed Shadows, as factual representations of history or historical characters. Instead, we aim to spark curiosity and encourage players to explore and learn more about the historical settings we get inspired by." Now, as you probably know, on their Japanese version of that statement, they actually got community noted where people pointed out how they were essentially contradicting their prior statements, having initially flaunted Assassin's Creed Shadows as like this historically accurate game, and that Yasuke in their game would also be so historically accurate. So they ultimately walked that all back in that other statement, even admitting that they don't know if Yasuke was actually a samurai. Which, if you saw my video on the entire Assassin's Creed Reddit situation, the Reddit mods there were very upset by that statement. And yet now we have Ubisoft seemingly contradicting themselves to an extent once again, with this Carl O, this lead producer from AC Shadows, in an interview with Games Industry providing this statement. He says, "We are trying to create a game that is as authentic as possible. It's something we take pride in." Now, to be fair, he does initially talk about getting things right, like architecture, for example, talking about how it's feudal Japan and they want to get the houses right. Skipping all the architecture talk, however, let's check out this area, where he says, "Obviously, when we make a game, we are trying to appeal to a global audience. Since we are making a game in Japan, we do hope to appeal to more Japanese players. So it is very important that we try to be as authentic as possible. We come from a humble position of we don't know anything and we need to learn everything from scratch. We are making sure we respect things because there's something very important to Japanese people, as it is in many other countries." I couldn't help but laugh there for a tiny second because they certainly have not been respectful to the Japanese player base. What is this guy talking about? From their numerous contradictions about historical inaccuracies to the whole Sekigahara rifle corps situation. And he ends with this: "When you come in, you don't want to come in as if you know everything. We want to build something that, when they see it and play it, they'll recognize their own country." Well, I'm glad to know that Ubisoft apparently cares so much about the architecture of feudal Japan. If only they put that level of care in other aspects of the game. Anyways, that's it for this brief segment. I know you guys have been enjoying the Ubisoft updates, and I've been enjoying talking about it. It's continually amusing. As always, thanks for tuning in. Consider liking and subscribing for more segments, and I'll see you in the next one.